towards our tents. We're going to take all 30 spots for yoga on Sunday, okay? Either with tents to avoid the sun, or if you want to be in the sun. And sometimes we may do it out in the lawn, but I'm going to try and just make sure we have preferences for everybody, okay? We have music out there, so I'll be running the playlists, and I'll be standing in the middle, and we're just going to be just trying it out, doing some yoga, okay? All right, so look forward to hopefully seeing some smiling faces and interacting with all of you. We don't have to socially distance. We'll physically distance, but we can socially interact, and I hope we get a chance to do that real soon, starting next week. Okay, playlist today, number 20. Number 20, let's go ahead and get that rolling. It's time to start our practice. Here we go. So seated position, find some comforts. And we're going to begin with a breath, a guided breath pattern called bee's breath, bee's breath. So just begin just inhaling and exhaling normally, okay? And then deepening those inhales and exhales. And if you're able, breathe in through your nose. And even just exhale out of your mouth. And with bee's breath, what we're going to do is just start making a little bit of a sound on the exhale. Separating our lips, lightly leaving our teeth separated. And making the sound of an M or an N on the exhale. So as we breathe in, on the exhale we go M or N, M or N. So you should be able to comfortably do that in the comfort of your own home. Inhale, and then an M or an N sound. And try to feel the vibration of your lips, maybe even feel the vibration of your teeth, and try and just feel the sensation. Let's continue to do that 5 more cycles. As deeply as you can on the inhale. Close your eyes if it's comfortable. It can be soft, it can be loud, however you want it to be on that sound. Allow that breathing pattern to carry you into the present moment. Allow the sound to absorb you in. Let's do one more. All right. Now just resume a normal and deep 3-part breath. Deepest inhales, longest exhales. Even tempo either way. Just avoid the sound now. I wonder if maybe if some of you came in the middle of that, just wondering what the heck was going on. We'll just do a little breathing. Okay, I'm going to scooch back. Let's get started with our physical practice. Just continue to lengthen and deepen those inhales and exhales. Lengthen those exhales and get the deepest breath you can. Start rocking in circles. Rocking in circles. Okay. Of course, yoga is the architecture of peace. So in addition to guidance on our breath, we get guidance in terms of just principles. We've talked about them plenty of times in my class, the yamas and niyamas, which are just the Sanskrit words for saying how do we treat others and how do we treat ourselves. Again, those principles all lead us to a single path. Let's go and switch directions on those circles. And that is the first, introspectively, to check in, to work on ourselves, to be mindful of where we're at, who we are, and allowing ourselves to peel back perhaps some of those things that shield us, some of those layers that protect us, or maybe artificially protect us from being who we are, from fully embracing, fully accepting, fully loving ourselves. And once we're able to embrace that and to do that, let's bring our hands to heart center and fan those arms, then we're fully able to then to meet ourselves in the moment so that we can fully express that acceptance, that appreciation, that gratitude and love of those that are around us. Those that are around us. And of course, a general belief with yogis, and I'm pretty sure we're all of similar mind, is the more that we practice the architecture of peace, the more that we practice an introspection and work on ourselves, the more that energy permeates out and creates a better world around us. Not only attracting the things that we are becoming, but also emanating outward and allowing that space around us to become better. Inhaling and exhaling one more time. Awesome. And then we'll bring those arms out to the side. Let our team arms, palms up toward the sky. Set those fingertips on our shoulders. Stay nice and high. Exhale as we turn to the right. And inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. And turn back to center. And just keep rocking side to side, staying tall as we rotate and twist. Just a couple more right there, just to get the blood flowing through our spine. Just get that body, that part of our body warmed up and moving. Very nice. One more time, each direction on those rotations, and then we'll take those arms as we're facing front and center. Extend them out and point those fingertips down. Point those fingertips down. Just start drawing those arms in circles. Make those circles as big, as small as you want. And just to start getting those shoulder ball joints kind of loosened up and worked up and heated up. Okay, that'll make those down dogs feel a little bit better once we get into them, right? Go ahead and switch directions on those circles. Get as big or as small as you want. And try to draw those hands back just a little bit behind the plane of our shoulders. So we feel those shoulder blades kind of getting a little squeezed as we draw those hands back a little bit. Good, that helps to warm up. That helps to get a little bit of muscle engagement there. Now let's get a little bit deeper stretch. We're going to interlace our fingers behind our back. Just draw them behind your back. Interlace those fingers. If that's a challenge, just set them on your hips or kidney area, and then just draw those elbows back. So as we interlace those fingers, draw those hands down, shoulders roll down away from our ears, hearts lift up. Take a nice big inhale and then just hinge forward in the seated position. Hinge forward. Okay, stay long with the spine. And then if it's comfortable, just kind of soften into it, round through the spine, and just let those arms either float back, or if they can float up just a little bit. They're not going to get way overhead, or maybe they will if you got that mobility. But just allow them to just kind of be where they're going to be. Great stretch up top through our shoulders, drawing those shoulder blades toward each other and down and away from our ears. Open up our hearts. And a good stretch to our chest and our shoulders. Very nice. Go ahead and release and sit back tall. All right, left hand on the front shin. Inhale the right hand up, sweep it through. Exhale and draw that circle with the hands slightly forward as we bring it across. Inhale and exhale. Give me 3 more just like that. And after that 5th one, we're going to hold that right hand up top. All right, when you've reached that 5th time, just hold it right there. Hold it right there. And just try to press that right glute into the mat. Press that right hip towards the right side. Even getting a little bit of energy on that left hand on the front of that shin. And just really try to appreciate that space on the right side of our body. Shoulder through the ribs, down to our hips. Press in those glutes. Good. Inhale and exhale. Draw it through. Right hand on the shin. Inhale, left hand. Bring it on up. Bring it through on the exhale. Good. Total of 5 big circles here. And just getting progressively deeper in these. Bigger range of motion each time. Just allows us to kind of reach in a little bit more. And when you're done with 5, we hold. We hold and we breathe. Pressing our left glute into the mat. Pressing our hip to the left side. reaching as high as we can, holding on with that right hand, even a little energy right there, pulling on that leg to get a little bit more. Breathe in, expand those lungs and spread those ribs out just a little bit more. Press that side to the right. Inhale and exhale. Very nice. A little seated cat and cow now. Hands just resting gently on our legs. And just pull forward, arch the back, look up, shoulder blades toward each other. Inhale. And then exhale and lean back into it, even holding on to those legs. Get a little extra stretch between those shoulder blades, round that spine. Good. Inhale forward and exhale as we lean back into it and round. Good. Keep going at your own pace and let that breath guide your pace. That breath is our path. Is our path in yoga. Guides the pace and the depth in which we move. It's our body's way of just regulating our own practice and keeping us in the places where our bodies are meant to be today. Okay, so listen to that breath. All right. Last one, inhale and exhale, maintaining that three-part deep breath. When we keep that deep breath, we keep our practice, we keep our moments, we keep our inner peace. Good. Let's come over the top of those legs, all fours position, hands and knees, shoulders over those hands. Dig in those hands a little bit so the center of our palms lift up. We get engagement through our hands, our wrists, our forearms, hips right above those knees. You can either shoelace side of the foot or curl those toes. Totally up to you. A little wavy cat and cow now. So just imagine a waves going through your body from the crown of your head to your tailbone. We're going to inhale, look up. Inhale, keep inhaling, squeeze those shoulder blades together and then lift our tailbone up. And then exhale, tailbone to the crown of our head. Tuck that tailbone under, start to round our spine. Separate those shoulders, then look down. And just flow through that inhale. Look up, squeeze those shoulder blades together, tailbone lifts. Good. Exhale. Tuck that tailbone under, round to the spine. Separate those shoulders and look down. Let's do one more like that, wavy. Nice and slow. Look up. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Drop that belly down. Lift those hips. And then exhale. Tuck that tailbone under, round to the spine. Separate those shoulders. Looking down. Now, flow through this. Inhale and exhale. Bring everything together. Just inhale, look up with the tailbone up. And then exhale, look down. Push those hands into the ground. Push those hands into the ground. Good. Yeah, so in that cow, again, dropping that belly down. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Feel those muscles that border our spine. Exhale, squeeze through the abs. Round our spine. Lift our spine as high as we can. Up toward the sky. Give me a couple more. Excellent. Couple more. Still got that bug. We may have to do frog pose because I got a little froggy in my throat. I don't know. We all love frog pose, right? Yeah. All right. One more time. One more time. Inhale and exhale. We'll move on to sunbirds. Right hand forward, left heel back. Keep hips and shoulders square. Try to avoid rocking into the hips. Okay, right hand forward, left heel back. Hold right there. Good. Then we're going to exhale and right hand to left knee. Inhale, extend and reach back out. Focusing on the length of our body. How long can we make our body? How long can we reach to the opposite sides of the room? Okay, exhale in and inhale on the reach and then lift a little bit higher, thumbs and heels. Good. Give me two more and then hold that right hand forward and left heel back. All right, I'm just going to face you right here. Good. And then right hand to the right side, left foot out to the left side. You're like, oh crap, here we go with this one again. Okay, not too long though. Set that left foot down right there and then just stand tall. Shoulders over hips, right above those knees. Right hand up toward the sky for gate pose. I know how much you like that awkward balance, right? So we just did a little smidge of it just to get that leg out there to get to our gate pose here. So a good stretch on the inside leg and get more space as we drive our hips to the right side. Good. Reach, lift, high with that right hand. Okay? Awesome. Take a nice big inhale. On the exhale, right hand comes down, left hand to the sky, kneeling side plank. Reaching nice and high, okay? So here's an option here. We can reach overhead. We can lift that back foot up off the ground. Then I'll guide us through. We can bind to that back leg, put a bend in that left knee, reach for the top of that foot or that ankle, and then try to lengthen that hip forward, that knee forward, so you have a straight line from your shoulder through to your hip and through to your knee. Now, if you're unable to do this, I promise there's nothing wrong with you, right? You know, just because I have the mobility today to be able to do this doesn't make me any more special or any more worse, right? Okay, so if you can or can't, you're no more special and you're no more worse, right? Good. Just as long as we agree to that. Just as long as we agree to that. All right, so let's come out of that back to all fours. We got sunbirds on the other side. Now left hand and right heel back extend. Stay square, don't rock into that hip. Okay, and then exhale, left hand, right knee, meet at the midline, and then inhale and reach. Again, focus on length, and then add a little bit of height, thumb and heel, a little bit higher. Good stuff. Inhale and exhale on the connection. A little core work right here. All right, let's say one more time because that's probably 5 or 6 of them. Reach that left hand forward, right heel back, and then left hand to the left side, right foot out to the right side, move out of my way, block, and then set that right foot down, left shoulder over left hip and knee, left hand to the sky, and lean. Create that space, that length, all the way down the left side of our body. Press the hips to the left side, and breathe, expand those ribs. Whew. All right. Very nice. Good reach, good stretch. We feel more if we breathe more. Yeah, very nice. Let's bring that left hand down. Exhale, right hand up toward the sky. Okay, a couple options here. Bicep to the ear, reach overhead, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And if you want that right foot up off the ground, okay, and moving into that bind, you can either just bend that leg and point to it, okay, squeezing that heel to the hamstring, or try to bind. Now you saw I cheated a little bit. I draw that knee forward to grab my ankle, okay, so that's the way I'm able to get to it. I can't just get into it, but some of you might be able to get into it much easier than that. Okay, we are all different. Every body is different. That's right. But we start with ourselves, right? We start with that appreciation of ourselves. What do we do? What do we need to do for ourselves? Okay, and it starts with our own minds, right? Our own thoughts about ourselves and where we're at. All right. As we exhale, let's go ahead and release out of that. Very nice. We're going to find plank position now. Plank position. I'm going to turn at an angle here. So plank position, curl those toes. Okay, lengthen those legs, shoulders over those hands, maybe even slightly in front. And then we're going to push back to a down dog twist. So when we go back to down dog, reach that right hand towards that left knee, ankle, or shin, ankle, or foot. Okay, and then right back to that plank position, left hand to the right leg. Reach across the body. Good. Inhale, forward, exhale, press back, downward dog. You're trying to get to that full plank position. Shoulders can come out in front and hips come forward. Keep alternating side to side, reaching across the body. So we'll go one more time each side, dynamically moving. And then next time we have that right hand reaching back, we're going to hold. So that right hand is going to reach to the outside, palm onto the leg, but outside of the knee, outside of the shin or the ankle. Strong left arm, strong and long spine. Soften through those arches as best you can, and then take a peek under that left armpit to get even a deeper stretch. Use that right hand to just give a light little tug, light little pull on the outside of that left leg to get an even deeper stretch to the ribs. Exhale back to plank, or inhale back to plank, sorry. And then exhale back to down dog. Left hand, outside of that right leg, side of the knee, shin, or towards the ankle.
And then when you get there, take a peek under that right armpit. And then use that left arm to pull just a little bit. Not overdo it. We're not jamming ourselves in the pose, but we're trying to feel just a little bit more out of it. Reach. Lift. Look. Awesome. All right. Inhale back to plank. Press back to down dog. Inhale, step forward towards the front of our mats. Exhale, bend those knees. Inhale, sweep up tall. And exhale to heart center. Outstanding. From here, mountain pose. Tadasana. Okay, sometimes it feels like tada, we made it. All right, cross that right leg over the left. Cross that right leg over the left. Inhale, both hands up. Both hands up, and then drop that right hand down. Reach that left hand up toward the sky. Reach nice and high. Okay, pressing the hips to the left side. Side bends. As we inhale, both hands up. Nice long spine, forward fold, forward fold. Come on down. Exhale, long spine. Use those hands along the leg for support. And just come on down, let those arms just hang down wherever they're gonna go. You can also use that block if you have something like a block. Okay, don't become a contortionist to get there. If it's way over there like mine is, just go with what you got. Find that gratitude for where we're at right now. Because if I'm reaching over there, I'm probably going to hurt something. So I'm just going to stay right here, hands on the legs or fingertips to the ground. Breathe. Crown of the head dropping. Soften through the face. Relax through those shoulders. Good. A little bend in those knees and then inhale, sweep up nice and tall. And exhale to our heart center. Beautiful. Same thing, other side. So that left leg crosses over the right. Okay, inhale, both hands up. Exhale, left hand down only. Look at that right hand side bend. Press our hips to the right. It's a little bit different way to do a side bend. Maybe you feel a little bit different this way. Maybe you feel different with different legs. And then we'll inhale, both hands up again, forward fold. Forward fold. This is kind of like that runner stretch. Remember in cross country or, gym class when we were growing up, it's like, okay, stretch those legs, cross those legs. That's kind of like this one. But it kind of reaches in just a little bit more into the outer parts of the leg, the IT band, and into the glutes. And of course, love that connection. Anytime we're hitting one of those two things, we're kind of getting that connection into our lower back as well, which is always good to do. That's right. Get nice and stiff in our lower back. That's right. Good. All right, a little bend in those knees. Inhale up, sweep it up nice and tall. Exhale right back to heart center. Excellent. Let's get our sun A's going. Feet hip distance or slightly wider. I'm going to turn to the side as we get into this. Hands to heart center, back to Tadasana. And inhale, reach up nice and tall. Udita Tadasana, which means I'm reaching overhead. Tada. And then exhale, long spine, forward fold. Come down to the ground. Inhale up to flat back. Drape those hands across those shins. Rest below your knees. Long spine. On the exhale, set those hands down and step back to plank position. Okay, inhale, rock forward, shoulders in front of those fingertips. From here, stay on the toes or drop to those knees, half push-up. Always optional, you can ride from plank position to downward dog. So then half push-up and then inhale, look up, either on the knees, cobra, or on the shoelace side of those feet, upward facing dog. And then exhale, curl those toes, lift those hips, ears between those biceps, downward facing dog. Let's hang out here. Let's hang out here. Okay, alternate those feet. Alternate those feet. Strong hands, strong arms, not locking out the elbows. Long spine, crown of our head to our tailbone. Lift that tailbone just a little bit higher. Draw those ears between those arms just a little bit more. Feel that between our shoulder blades. Feel that stretch on the back of our legs through those hamstrings as we lift. Soften through those arches. Let those heels fall where they may. And breathe. On our next inhale, step forward towards the front of our mats. Exhale into those knees. Inhale, reverse that swan dive, nice and tall. Exhale, right back to our heart center. Let's continue on. At least 5 or 6 more of these. Inhale, up and exhale and fold. Inhaling up to flat back. Exhale, step it on back. Inhale, rock and roll forward. Your choice of that cobra upward dog. Okay, your choice as you press it back either through your knees or your toes. And then inhale, step or hop forward. Again, your choice there. Exhale and sweep up nice and tall right back to heart center. Again, remember, it can always go right from that plank to downward dog. Avoid that vinyasa flow and that push-up all together. Exhale and then inhale and exhale. Hands down, step it back. Inhale, rock and roll forward. Knees or toes on that push-up. Inhale, look up, cobra or upward dog, and exhale to downward double D dog. Step or hop forward, exhale in and sweep up nice and tall. Yeah, let's keep going with it. Let's keep going with it as we inhale and reach as high as we can. Exhale away from the sky, inhale up big, just halfway. Exhale on back and step it back. Good, inhale, rock and roll, and go through our vinyasa flow. Good, exhaling back to down dog, and inhale, step or hop it forward. Sweep it up and fill those lungs, and exhale, let it out, and we made it back to where we started. Let's keep going. Inhale and reach, and exhale, come down. Inhale, up flat back, and exhale, bring it on back. Inhale, rock and roll. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift our crown. Exhale, face back down. Inhale, step or hop. Inhale, step or hop, exhale on those knees, and inhale, sweep as you please, right back to heart center. Good, inhale and reach. Exhale and fold. Inhale, up, flat back, and exhale, step it on back. Good, let's go through our vinyasa flow. By now you have the one that works best for you. You've designed it for you. And inhale, step or hop forward. Exhale on those knees, sweep it up, nice and tall. How about one more? One more? Sure. Inhale up and exhale and fold. Inhale up to flat back. Bring it on. Bring it on. That's what we say. There we go. Exhale down, inhale, lift, and exhale down dog. Stay in that down dog. Stay in that down dog, please. Good. Right foot floats up toward the sky. Bend in the knee, open the hip. Okay, from here, circle that knee, circle that hip. Move that leg around, okay? No knee pulls today. We're just gonna bring that right foot and send it towards the front of our mat, runner's lunge. Stay down right here, back knee up off the ground, okay? Back heel up off the ground, runner's lunge, and we're gonna hover that runner's lunge. I'm gonna face you now as we do that, which means we're gonna squeeze our abs, take the pressure off our hands so we're not pushing on our hands, okay, and then maybe get to the point where we're resting those ribs on top of the top, on top of our quads, not on top of the top, but just on our quads, okay? All right, from here, crescent twist, prayer twist. So bring your hands to prayer, left elbow to the outside of that right leg, keep a long spine, and press those hands together. All right, that's beautiful. Okay, we can also reduce the range of motion, just come a little bit higher. All right, twisted prayer. There we go. Sink in and breathe. Back heel still up, off the ground. Pressing through that heel, so still a strong leg on that left side. Push those hands together, feel those fingertips pressing, feel those knuckles pressing toward each other, okay? All right, from here, bring those hands out forward, left heel up, 3-point balance, and then peel those hands up off the ground. Warrior 3, reach forward, hands at heart center, or sweep the arms back, and shoulders rolled down and away from our ears. Okay, I'm going to turn to the side just yet again on this one, so you get a better view, because we're heading to half moon. Okay, so from Warrior 3, I'm wobbling all over the place. We're going to bring our right hand down towards our ground, so our hips and shoulders are square to the ground in Warrior 3. We're going to open up our hips and shoulders to the left side. Open up our hearts. Make our body perpendicular to the ground. Right hand down, left to the sky. Stack through those shoulders. Lengthen from the crown of your head to your left heel. And breathe. And breathe. Take a nice big inhale. When we come out, we're just going to slowly come out, bend that right knee and set that left foot down. And then we're going to straddle the long edge of our mat. If you have a block, bring it with you. Okay. Wide stance, inhale up, tap those thumbs. And then exhale, elbows to the ribs, moonflower. There we go. Moonflower. Isn't there a Cat Stevens song named that? Something like that. I know there's Van Morrison, Moon Dance. We should do a whole moon theme, get some moon songs going. That's right. A couple more. Inhale and sink in knees to toes. 2 more. Okay. This next time, inhale up. Straight legs flat back, chin up. Swan dive down. Nice long spine as we come on down. Come on down. When we get to the bottom, drop the crown of your head. Interlock those arms. And then rock side to side. Just let that lower back release. Relax those shoulders. Let the crown of your head fall towards the ground. Space between your teeth and relax that jaw. Sure footing right here. Use the strength of those legs to hold you up. And a little straddle twist here today. So either hand on the ground. I like cupcake hands as well, just on the fingertips, making that cupcake shape. Or just press the palms into a block. That just helps to get that alignment up. So from the crown of your head to your tailbone, you're lengthened and you're parallel to the ground. Inhale, that left hand up. And maybe look at that left hand. Tilting our hips just a little bit to that left side so we feel a deeper stretch on the inside of that right leg. Get there and breathe. Let that breath be your guide. That breath is constrained, we're too far. And so we find that spot where that breath's not constrained anymore. But we can still have a comfortable conversation. As if we're just sitting on the chair sipping coffee or tea, we can be in straddle twist and do the same thing. Right? Maybe not. Yes, no, maybe so. Exhale, left hand down, inhale, right hand to the sky. Good. Again, maybe let those eyes follow that right hand. And then tilt those hips a little bit just to the right so you feel the inside of your left. Just a subtle change. Small move makes big difference right here. Okay. Exhale. And bring both hands down. Into that straddle, we're going to put a little bend in those knees and crawl back to the head of our mat as we pivot. Step back to plank. Vinyasa flow. Let's go, go, go. Here we go. All right. Pick your Vinyasa flow. Okay, inhale. Remember, rock forward. Protect those shoulders. And then pick. That's cobra up or dog. Half push up knees or toes. And meet in downward dog. Left heel floats up toward the sky. 3-legged dog. Bend in the knee. Open the hip. And then begin circling that hip. Strong arms. That right arm wants to soften. Don't let it. Okay, now draw that left leg through. Runner's lunge. Stay down here and hover. Okay, get off those hands. Okay, initially it's okay to have pressure right there on those hands, but then squeeze our abs a little bit. Maybe rest our ribs on the top of that quad and then hover. Okay. All right, use the strength of our body. Okay, all right, I'm going to stay right here in this position because that twisted prayer where we're heading right now, long spine, right elbow to the outside of that left leg, press those hands together or lift higher and reduce the range of motion. Get there and breathe. Beautiful. All right. Now, from here, we're going to take a nice big inhale. We'll exhale those hands in front of that left foot. Float that right heel up, 3-point balance initially. Then peel those hands up and try and make our body parallel to the ground. Maybe in the shape of a letter T. Hands forward, hands at heart center, or sweeping those hands back. I'm going to turn around and shift the other way just so you can see where we're heading after that. I believe you know where it is we're going to go. But hang on. All right, from this warrior 3, half moon, left hand towards the ground or the block. Right hand up toward the sky. And then open our heart up to the right side. Shoulders and hips square to the right side of the room now. Pointing those right toes towards the right side of the room as well. So lengthen crown of our head through our foot. Lengthen fingertip, fingertip. Okay. Think about lifting that back leg, squeezing that glute just a little bit more. Take a nice big inhale, and then we're going to exhale softly, come out of that. Put a bend in that left, set that right foot down, straddle, straddle. Okay, sunflower now. Tap those thumbs up top and tap those fingertips down below. Pinky fingers down below, sorry. All right. Get knees to toes as we hit those squats. As we hit those squats, knees to toes, wide stance. I'm going to turn to the side here so you get a better idea of where we're heading after this. One more time, big circles. Exhale and then inhale, straight legs, flat back, chin up, swan dive down just like we did earlier. Come on down, interlock those arms, rock side to side. It still feels just as good as the first time. And then a wide leg down dog. Keep the legs right where they're at. Begin taking those hands. Walk out forward. Walk out forward just enough to where both heels and toes are still on the ground. So try to feel both heels still on the ground. Okay? And as we walk those hands out there, then press back, ears between those biceps. Okay? And lift those hips. Down dog with wide feet. So same idea. Long arms without locking those elbow joints. Long spine, crown of our head to our tailbone. Lift those hips. Press in to those heels. Use that breath. Use that breath to feel more. Beautiful. Just going to walk those feet onto our mats. Come back to plank position, vinyasa flow. Rock forward, shoulders in front of those fingertips. That protects those shoulders. Knees or toes, half push up, inhale, look up, cobra, upward dog. All sorts of yogi's choices right there. Press back, down dog. Right heel up toward the sky. Bring it up nice and high. And then sweep it through, gluing the left heel down. Warrior one. Warrior one. Good. Deep bend in that front knee towards our pinky toes. We should be able to look down and see our big toe. And our second back heel stays on the ground. Pressing through the outside, the blade, the pinky toe side of that foot. Hips slightly coming forward, not squared up. Shoulders squared up to the front of our mat. Shoulders rolled down and away from our ears. Awesome. Take a nice big inhale. Front knee and toes stay right where they're at. And open up warrior two. I step that left foot out, perpendicular to that front foot, and extend my arms. Front and back. All right. Good tall posture here. Ears over shoulders, over hips. Back foot pointing to the left side of the room. Front knee hovering right above that ankle. Okay? Good, strong warrior foundation. Let's find reverse warrior from here. So exhale and flip that front hand and inhale and lift it up nice and high. Awesome. Reach, reach. Keeping that front knee bent. Okay, bottom part of our body didn't move at all. It was all about just lifting the top part up. Okay? Reaching up and lifting up as if there's a little string on our wrist pulling us up into the clouds. Okay, so try to feel that sensation. Okay? Big move right here. We're going to cartwheel those round arms to twisted low lunge. So we'll bring them down and around. Left hand to the ground. Left heel up off the ground. Right hand to the sky. I'm facing away from you, but I'll be back towards you in just a moment. I'll just stay right here. You get the idea. Left hand down, right hand to the sky. Right knee coming towards your heart. Scissor those legs. Have that strength in those legs. Breathe and lift. And then exhale, right hand to the instep of that leg, block that right arm into that leg, left hand up toward the sky, right angle pose. Okay, either this depth, you can float that hand onto a block or just into the air, or right forearm on top of the leg, avoid the knee. Okay, top hand straight up around our hip or bicep to the ear, all sorts of ways to make it yours, Very nice. Good, right angle there, reaching into those ribs. Let's exhale back to warrior two. We'll lengthen that front leg without locking that right knee. Breathe in as much as we can. Exhale and reach as far forward as we can. Reach, reach, reach. And when you've reached that point where you can't reach anymore, tip over. All I'm doing is moving my arms. Look at that, just waving my arms like one of those car dealer guys. Okay, all right, stacking those shoulders now. Opening up my heart to the left side. Stack into those shoulders, feeling something up top and down to those hips. Okay, if we go too low, we start to just move that heart down a little bit. We start to drop that left shoulder down. We lose all engagement up top. Okay, so try to keep lifting. Again, string attached to that left wrist and lifting us up towards the clouds. So think about that. We got energy going down and we got energy going up in opposing directions. Yeah, there we go. It's a beautiful thing when it's all working together. Every pose, trying to get every aspect of our body working together. Exhale back to warrior two, and then cartwheel those arms around and down. Plank position, vinyasa flow. All right, I'm gonna switch sides. Let's go, go, go. Oh, here we go. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, hip push up. Inhale, looking on up. Exhale, face down. Very nice. This time, left heel floats up towards the sky. And then bring it through in front of our mat, that left foot. Glue that right foot down. Warrior one pose. Good, same thing, just other side. Okay, again, that back heel is down on the ground, pressing through that right pinky toe. That blade of our foot, as I call it. And just try to feel that knee being supported by our ankle and heel. Okay? We don't need to get too deep into here. Sometimes we get, and then that just really puts a little bit overemphasis on the inside part of our legs and our groin. And then we wonder why that's sore and pained. It's because we're pushing too far. I mean, not all the time does the breath guide that. I can get really deep here and I'm still breathing, okay? So we have to listen. We have to listen to our body and feel those sensations. Take an inhale and then exhale, warrior two. Left foot and knee stay right where they're at. Open up that right foot perpendicular. Arms extend. Got to listen to our bodies. If it feels like it's too much, it's too much. If your body's saying, I don't know. You know your own pain tolerance. You know the words you say. It's like, yeah, feels good, feels good. That's a 2. That's a 3. That's an 8. Okay? Your body's giving you the same thing. Body's giving you the same thing. That's a 2. That's a 3. That's an 8. Yep. Good. Reverse warrior. Exhale. Front hand. Inhale. Lift it up. Reach. Good. And as I like to say, sometimes, almost all the time, that first indication is just a little bit of a warning shot. That's our body's way of saying, hey, knock it off. Because the next one is the real deal. Okay, next one, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. That's what the body's way of doing that. All right, from reverse warrior, big move right here, cartwheel around and down to twisted low lunge. Come all the way down, right hand to the ground, right heel lifts up off the ground, and then left hand up toward the sky. Reach, reach. Okay, left knee coming towards the heart. Don't let that leg open up. Okay, bring it in closer, scissor those legs, strength. Strength on those legs. Okay. Nice big inhale, exhale, bring that left hand down right to the inside of that left leg, so we're blocking in. Glue that right heel down onto the ground, right angle pose, onto the block, onto the ground. Okay, pick that depth where right angle feels the best for you. Bicep to the ear as an option, extend your right angle pose. Inhale back, or exhale back to warrior two, apologies. Okay, and then lengthen that front leg. Inhale, inhale, inhale. And then reach, 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 exhale, exhale, exhale. Let it all out, let it all go. When you can go no more, tip over, tip over. Hand above or below the knee on the leg or on to that block. Triangle pose. Stack and open, stack and open. That's stack and open those shoulders. Breathe. Very nice. We'll bend in those knees, exhale back to warrior two. And cartwheel those arms around and down. And step back to plank position. I'm going to face you head on, Vinyasa flow. Let's do it, let's do it. We got two more of those. Vinyasa flow, inhale, rock forward, exhale, come down. Inhale, look up, press back, downward dog, right heel floats up. And then exhale, bring that right foot through, stay right here, runner's lunge, back heel up off the ground. Okay, and then walk those hands in front of that right foot, 3-point balance. Okay, so starting right there, 3-point balance, and then eventually opening up standing splits, which means instead of the hips square to the ground, open up that hip to the side. Both hands can stay down. That right hand can grab onto the right heel or ankle, and then eventually that left hand can do the same thing. So we're standing on just our right leg, continuing to lift our left heel without forcing it or overdoing it, just as high as it'll go, okay? Which means we're squeezing through our glutes. Okay, now I'm releasing my hands. I'm a little wobbly on that right foot, so I'm going side to side. That foot's going nuts and it's going crazy, and we got those standing splits going. Now from here, without setting that left foot down as best we can, again, it's okay if you do, we're going to stand all the way up tall, standing balanced pigeon. Okay, bring that left knee up. Externally rotate that left leg, ankle above that right knee, left toes toward the shins. Sit down into it. Sit down into it. Standing balance pigeon. Whew. All right. Hey, we made it. We made it. We went all the way, almost upside down to this standing position here. We got a little bit more to go. A little bit more to go. Okay? So breathe and hold this position. Low bounce, slow control. Awesome. From here, we're going to slowly unravel and come back to crescent pose. So bring that left leg back. Set down those toes. Thumbs up toward the sky. Reach nice and high. Good. Bend in that front knee. That leg's on fire. Let's open up our heart up to the sky. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and lift our sternum up. Good. Lift and arch back. Lean back. Okay, squeeze that left glute to give yourself a little bit more support. Engage that left glute. All right. Very nice. Very nice. From here, we're going to bring those hands back to crescent. Lengthen that front leg. Step that foot in. Both feet on the ground, heels to toes. Pyramid pose. Inhale up nice and tall. And exhale and hinge. Staying square. Hips and shoulders as we come down towards the ground, down towards our mats. And just settle in, either hands on the leg above or below the knee, or use that block. When you get to the bottom of pyramid, drop the crown of your head, round your spine, and breathe. 2 more breaths right here. Beautiful. A little bend in that right knee. Set those hands down. Step back to plank position. One more vinyasa flow. Let's go. Let's go. Be back and downward facing dog. Left heel floats up toward the sky. Sweep that left leg through. Okay, a little runner's lunge initially. Then those hands out in front. I'm going to turn to the other side. 3-point balance, 3-point balance. So lift that right heel up off the ground. Okay, hips initially square, then open them up, hands still down. Okay, and then left hand to the left heel, and then right hand to the heel or ankle or shin, or you can even use the block. Okay, but we're just trying to open up that hip and lift that right heel up as high as it'll go, and stand on that left leg. Standing splits. That's what it's called. Now my splits look different than other people's splits. I don't do the splits, but this is my version of splits. It's the perfect example of how everybody's different. There's some people that get in splits and feel nothing. There's some people that get half splits and an agony. So we all need to find our version of splits and feel the same thing, right? Good. From here, we're going to stand tall, trying to resist sitting that right leg down as best we can. Stand tall, right knee up, and then externally rotate that right knee, right toes toward the shin. Set that ankle above that left knee. Sit down, standing pigeon. Good. Not done yet. Not done yet in this sequence. 2 more breaths right here. Hold and breathe. And then slowly, with control, with confidence, step back those right toes, crescent pose, thumbs up. Oh, that left leg feeling something. Open up our heart, squeeze those shoulder blades together. If you're outdoors, take in that vitamin D. That yellow thing in the sky. Breathe in that air. Come back to crescents. Lengthen that front leg, step that back foot in, heel the toes, both feet square up, hips and shoulders, exhale and hinge. Find your bottom and relax. And release into it and breathe. Good. A little bend in your knees, hands down, step back to plank and then onto all fours, or just however we get there. We're just coming down to the ground. We're just coming down to the ground. Okay, and then eventually coming on to our backs. To our backs. We're going to lay down onto the ground. And we'll continue in a supinated on our back pigeon. Okay, so left ankle above the right knee, left toes toward the shins. Okay, a little figure 4 with those legs. Let's reach those hands, grab behind the right knee, not in front, so that we keep that shin free on that right side so we can lengthen that leg up and press our right heel up towards the ceiling, toward the sky. And just drawing our left knee towards the crown of our head. Just get a good stretch through our left hip and our glutes and lower back. Good stretch right there. Take a little bit of an exhale and then set that right foot down.
Cross that left leg all the way over, crossing those legs like we're reclining in a chair, or relaxing in a chair, not reclining. And then drop both knees to the right side. Big toe side of that left foot hitting first. Okay, both knees dropping to the right side. Okay. And then just try to feel that right knee, just give a little pressure to the outside of that left shin, that left calf, so that right knee's pressing into the leg. Give it a little tension. And then just peek at your left hand as we extend those arms out in the opposite direction those knees are pointing. To get a little bit more of a twist and a stretch. Now we do it this way, more of a Turkish twist from this supinated or on our back position. Really get more of a stretch in through our core as well. Okay, so you're probably feeling that into the lower back, outside of the hip, and a little bit into the core, the side of our body, those external obliques. Let's take one more. Nice, just cleansing deep inhale and surrendering exhale. Come back to center with those legs. Perfect. Left leg on the ground, foot on the ground, knee bent. And then take that right ankle and set it above our left knee, toes toward the shin on that right leg. Reach through that gap, through that figure four, behind the left knee, and draw that left knee towards the crown of our head. Okay, just to help us stretch that right hip a little bit more and glutes, and then float that left foot as if we're trying to stamp that foot on the ceiling or sky. Float it up, get a little hamstring stretch in the process. Just basically twisting our bodies up into a pretzel to get a really nice stretch, okay? And then what do? We breathe. We breathe. That breath helps us to stay where we're at, to stay present, but also to help us feel more of our body's engagement. Put a bend into that left leg, set that left foot on the ground. Crossing now, bringing that right knee all the way across. And then we're going to bring both knees to the left side. First thing that hits is that big toe of your right foot. Big toe of your right foot. Okay, keeping those knees crossed so that that left knee is on the outside of your right shin, giving a little bit of pressure. Okay, extend your right hand. Look at your right hand in the opposite direction those knees are going. Try to draw those shoulder blades to the ground. If they can't get there, that's okay. And we're not forcing anything, we're letting our own body weight, and we're letting our breath stretch us out. A little bit long today, my apologies. Sometimes we're having so much fun, time flies. I got one more thing to guide us through before Shavasana. Good, as we exhale and come back, front and center, little windshield wipers with our legs, just to get a little bit of mobility through our lower back, just make sure it feels right, side to side. Then we'll bring those feet and knees together. Keep those knees bent and keep those feet together. Soles of our feet together. Drape our knees out. Butterfly legs. Reclining goddess. So with reclining goddess, sometimes we keep our hands to our hips. Give it a try where we bring our hands up overhead. Like we're creating a diamond shape
with our arms and elbows and just surrender into this. Let those knees just drape down. Again, let's just our natural body weight and gravity, let those knees fall, and then allow the breath to feel just a little bit more. Inhale, you might feel that little lift, and then exhale, that softening. Okay, relax through the glutes. Relax through those knees. Don't force it. 2 more breaths. Our body, our mind is starting to settle down. Starting to cool and calm. Very nice. From here, we can extend those legs out, extend those arms to our side, palms up toward the sky if that's comfortable. Drape those feet out, just let them naturally fall. And let's find Shavasana, final relaxation. We're going to dim the lights and continue to guide us. The closing song is Diamonds in the Sun. Diamonds in the Sun. So as we find Shavasana, relax and release. As you find Shavasana, find your freedom to release onto your mat beneath you. Find the freedom of that breath to flow. Find the freedom of your ability to soften, relax, release, and find your stillness. Throughout our days, there's so much chatter, so much noise, so many distractions that carry us away from being present, that carry us away from appreciating our life as we can live it with stillness. It allows us to create that space. It allows us the opportunity to find that presence, to find those magical moments of unifying our minds and our body and our spirits, bringing them together in what we call yoga, or the yoke, the unification. The closing song has a Sanskrit mantra. That mantra is Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. What that means: may all things everywhere be happy and free, and may my thoughts and words and actions in my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. I honor the love and light in each of you, as it's also within me. Namaste.